Shalom, it's Jeremiah Call. Before we start off, I want to give praises to the Father and the Son. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Yahweh is who the people ignorantly call God, and Yahweh Shah is who the people ignorantly call Jesus. Shalom, Yashalom. So, today we're going to be getting to, a couple precepts about, the return of the Lord and, how he's going to come, with the chariots. So this is Revelations 1 and 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen." Okay, that he that is being talked about in Revelations 1 and 7 is, the Lamb, Yahweh Shah. And it says he is coming with the clouds. Those clouds that are being talked about are, the chariots, what the world knows today as so-called UFOs. And, in this reality that we live in, they paint UFOs, like his aliens. And how you notice in all these movies, they look at the aliens as, the bad guy, the invaders. And the chariots actually, have angels in them. And the angels drive those chariots around. And every eye is gonna see him because his chariot, Yahweh Shah chariot that he's coming with is gonna be massive. That's why every eye is gonna be able to see. And it says they also which pierce him, because the Roman centurions that pierced the Lord in the west coast of America, which is the true Israel, are back on the earth today. And I have another precept. Second Esdras 13 and 7. Then we're gonna hit 5. And Esdras said, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved to himself a great mountain and flew upon it." So this is how big Yahweh Shah's chariot is gonna be. The great prophet Esdras is describing Yahweh Shah's chariot as a great mountain. So this chariot that Yahweh Shah is coming back with is gonna be very big, humongous. And it's like we said back in Revelations 1 and 7, it said every eye shall see. The reason every eye is gonna be able to see is because it's gonna be so big, so humongous. Now let's hit verse 5. "And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue that man that came out of the sea." So all the earth is going to try to come together to unite, to fight and to war against the Lord, man. And they really think they have a chance of beating the Lord, the person that created them. But it's meant for them to be prideful and to think they have a chance. But just thinking logically, do you really think you can beat the person that created you? Like you can't. And they already lost, man. In verse 7, he said, "But I would have seen the region or the place where the hill was graven, and I could not." So, again, the great prophet Esdras is referring to Yahushua's chariot as, that hill, that great mountain. And it says, "I would have seen the region or place where the hill was graven, and I could not." So, he's saying, he couldn't see the region or the place where that chariot was starting at, like the beginning of it or the end of it. That's how big and humongous Yahushua's chariot is, man. Verse 8, "And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight." So all the people of this earth that's going to gather together to try to fight against the Lord, and the angels are going to be so afraid, so scared, so terrified, yet they're still going to fight, man. And that's why you see in these movies, they portray it in all these different movies, like, War of the Worlds, Independence Day, because, they want the people to have this Will Smith like Independence Day like spirit on them, wanting to fight against the Lord, you know? That's, hey man, everybody, law is different, but that's why they portray in all these movies as when all the so-called UFOs, which are really the chariots, are in the sky. They want the people to they want the people to have the spirit to fight against the Lord, man. And hey man, again, man, people just serving in their lot in these last time, these last days. So it's angels inside of these so-called UFOs that are actually driving them around. And just like how a jet has a cockpit, just like how a plane has a cockpit. So the chariots have a cockpit, also. And inside this cockpit, it's an angel of the Lord, driving them. And people see these chariots, and they get scared, but or they get confused. But us brothers in this truth, when we see the chariots, we get happy, man, because we see those chariots, man. We see, hey, our salvation is nigh, man. you know and I have another precept before we close it out. Revelation 9 and 16 says, "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them." So a lot of people say that this is talking about the number of the nuclear missiles that are going to hit and annihilate Mystery Babylon, aka America. But no, this is talking about the number of all the angels and the chariots that the Lord is coming back with. He is gonna be waxing strong with the thousands of heaven, man. And the chariots. You know, so a lot of people say an alien invasion, but that's the actual day of the Lord, and the Lord is coming back with all those chariots and his angels inside, and the angels are going to be inside of those chariots, piling them around, and doing the things that they are commanded to do, like shooting laser beams and things of that nature. You know, and we can tell that we are getting very close to the day of the Lord by all the things that are happening in the world. We are in the midst of World War III, and the mark of the beast, the mRNA MOTB, is already out and has been out for a couple of years now. So we are getting very, very close to the day of the Lord, man. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shah. All praise unto Yahweh Bashim Shah. Until next time, Shalom, Yashala.